Okay. so, um, okay. So this is an intro to like my channel and all that other stuff, and it's also the intro to a game called Wolfplay. So I'm gonna be doing browser games like Lyoden, Wolfplay, and Chicken Smoothie. Those are the only ones because, well, and Furry Paws. And they're the only ones currently because the rest of them suck. Like Chicken Smoothie already sucks. Like no one trades on there. People just pet hoard, and it's just like, and there's not a good system going on. But moving on. So now that you know what I'm doing, you can like go if you're not into Wolfplay. But the rest of this is going to be about my Wolfplay account. I'm going to show you some guides, how to do some things. I've already started the game, so I can't show like I'm not going to make another account just to walk through everything, just because I feel like it's unnecessary since, you know, at the very beginning of the game it's going to show you what to do anyway. This is stuff that's like harder to find. So yeah. So I'm gonna start with the basics of Wolfplay. What is Wolfplay? Wolfplay is a game that is supposed to be an RPG game, but it's also supposed to be a breeding game. So basically, there are no genetics, but there is like they do pass on colors, they do pass on talents, all these other things, and though which I'm really glad there aren't genetics because you're allowed to use CP to build up your wolves the way you want to. This could be used as a structure to make them explore wolves, battle wolves, or it could be used as an RP structure to represent their personality traits. But a lot of people don't do that because it's just useless. So there are more wolf play breeders now than there are wolf play role players. And what I mean like that is there's like two ways you play the game. You either play it as a breeder or you either play it as a role player. And though you can do both, like you can be like a role play and PM, that's what I'm talking about. And then the way you play the game. And if you play it like a role player, then that means your wolves, they will be constructed for role play, not for their traits and not for their, you know, ability to do things in the game. So like let's say, okay, we're gonna go on Namara and we're gonna go down here and we're going to go over to her CP. And you see she has dominance, slunk, empathy, composure, charisma, all these other things. If I was a role player, I would construct the character attributes to her personality. So she would have tons of wisdom if she was really wise. All the other stuff. And then there's the breeder point of view, where you look at her vitals and you look at her rarity or her weight. Rarity is not important if you're going to make battables, but it's still part of the breeding part. And also, usually if you're a breeder, then with the CP, you know, you build because of what you want them to do within the game. You give them a functional purpose. So if I gave her tons of battle, she'd be good in battle. But if I wanted to be an explorer wolf, then I would give her luck, empathy, composure, wisdom, things like that that would help her with getting things in the explorer. The other thing is, okay, so yeah, that's the basis of the two ways you can play the game. And, but anyway, my name's Arcanian. Here, I'm just gonna hide this. Okay, so now that you know what Wolfplay is and the two ways that you can play the game, here's about like other stuff. So we're gonna start with basics, and then we're going to go into like the function in the game and other things, damage, forum guides. And I'm not gonna read everything, but I'll tell you where to find forum guides that go deeper into what other aspects of the game. So the first thing is dominance. And dominance helps you chase away other packs, but it also helps you get into alliances. And we'll go into that later. Alliances aren't important. They're not. they're just a fun thing to do within the game, but they do have a dominance requirement usually. And 100 is like the lowest requirement I've seen on the Alliance boards because not a lot of people have premium accounts anymore. The game is further into its years, so it's not as like, it's not the buzz, it's not the talk of the town anymore. So there's not that many alliances, but you can make your own if you have a premium account. Okay, so we'll go with awards. So you'll get awards for doing basically anything that, awards will be granted for. So breeding higher rarity scores. They like go 10, 20, 50, all these other things. And the higher you breed, the more of that, So there's breeding awards and then there's other awards for like most battles won, most wolves bred. I don't know. There's tons of things. Most pups born today. All these different kinds of awards. She added this. Six Bears added this because I don't know, just to make it more fun, and also so that breeders and other people could have awards to show that what they've done throughout their time on their account. Then there's the bio. In the bio, you can give your status, and this is a not very interesting bio, but you can put other things on this. So you can put like a title saying business. You could put a title saying, intro to myself, and then below that you could be like, in all caps, be like, okay, here's what like my breeding standards, or here's what I'm selling, or all these other things. Like if you're an artist, you can put like a little tab saying artist and being like, okay, so commissions are this much or whatever else. Okay, then there's your info, and your picture has to be 300 by 300 pixels at the most. Yeah, there's your pack number. Pause up. That shows your join day. I'm a Lightbringer. Lightbringers aren't as common anymore. It'll say your membership and your apples and all those other things. Okay, so I'll go into friends since a lot of people don't really notice this stuff. So your friends could be anyone. I don't really know these people. They just friended me. But you can remove friends by right here. And you can add friends by going to someone's account and clicking on their friend's account. And then going to the very bottom. And then there's market dens. And market dens are where you can market off anything from prey to crafting items, decor, and gear, and apples. And memorials are for dead wolves. You can memorialize wolves if you want to. You don't have to. So I can add wolves that have died to this memorial, but I don't want to because I don't really want to preserve their memory yet. Because I don't have any, like, there's sentimental attachments. So it's like those people who play the game who have sentimental attachments. And then there's other ones who like see them as objects because, it's just a game. But because of my sentimental attachments, my breeding is not very good because I have to keep, like, I'll just keep it, it's fine. So, click done, obviously you're done. But gay mail, we'll go to gay mail. And there's the mail. I don't know why this person's messaging me, but I'll check it later. So there's your inbox, which is people who message you. Your outbox is showing your message. Your game is showing game messages, and then save is showing messages you decided to save. How you send a mail is you can either put in a pack number that you know, click on someone, and then near their account, near their market done little thing, it will say send mail, or send mush, or send apples. You could do either one of those. And then you put a subject. You don't have to, or you can choose a friend because you can from your friends list you can just choose. And then you could do the message and you send. And you can block people as long as I think you have to know their number. Yeah, number. And that's it for the game mail. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go to this before I do anything else. So there's quests, alliances, and challenges. Challenges are hourly damage variances. Like, let's say, so Badger has +1 right now, which means if you battle Badger, it's going to have more strength right now than any other, all the other creatures that you see. And the same thing with the Black Panther. It's going to have less damage than it would normally. There's breeding quests, crafting quests, and scavenger hunt quests. Those are usually very consistent. Like if you do a breeding quest, it will be replaced by another breeding quest. They'll just get you mushrooms. So the three types of currency, or two really, is mushrooms, apples, and bones. I don't know if bones are temporary, but it's brand new and you can't exchange them between people. So I'm guessing that I'm not going to count that as a real currency because it's by chance and you don't really use it for anything except one market, which I don't think is a very smart idea, but whatever. So the seasons, each season lasts 3 months, and each month is like a day. So it'd be 3 days, I think 3 or 4 days for every season, and every spring, every pup grows to an adult. So let's say, um, your wolf has a pup, and it's only just been born, but it's gonna be spring the next day. It will grow the very next day. The system is like that for some reason. It's just like a renewal thing on its every spring. So you can match up your breedings with that, and then you'll have your pups grown the very next day or whatever else. And so, there's also weather, and the weather could be disasters like floods, earthquakes, tornadoes, and things like that. And those can either harm your wolf or help your wolf, depending on their weather vitals. We'll go into that later. Now there's food and drink. Your wolves always need to sustain food and drink because, for their health, and or else they won't be able to battle or explore, and it will bring down the pack's mood. Um, the mood of the pack doesn't really matter, except that if you have 100, then 100% happiness, then your wolves will heal faster. But you can really get health potions, which are like only 10 mushrooms, so it's fine. So you can choose which wolves to feed. You can choose what prey, because some have more feedings than others. If you bury them, then they won't get stolen. See a push bury, and then it's buried. There's also a hot spring, which will only use once a day, but it will heal all of your wolves, including thirst, hunger, and health. So that was I'm thinking added because some people you can't explore except for every other hour, and you don't. It's not guaranteed to find your prey, and sometimes if your wolves don't do enough damage to the prey, it can flee rather than die. So they had like a food shortage problem. So, and so they're like, there you go, that's the solution to that. Also, if we explore wolves, and explore wolves are those marked with explore wolves. So like, let's say you get a wolf, you build up all its battle stats, and you take it into explore. Well, it's gonna do well, but let's say, so there's basically different levels you can get to. So the more a wolf battles and kills and all the other stuff, the more like points it will get, the more XP. The XP, and then it will do more damage in battle. So let's say you get to, I think it's called Death Hold or something, and that does like I think 50 damage or something like that. It's like really high. And let's say that's where you stop. Like you're like, okay, he's at his level that I want him to go at. He's a good battle wolf. I don't want to put him in explore anymore. You can label other wolves who have traits such as luck and wisdom as explore wolves. You can build up wolves for battle, and then you can only use them for battle, and you can use other ones for explore. And it makes sure that your battle wolves always have health, so if you want to go battle, then you can. And it makes sure that your explore wolves, if that they have, you can build their CP accordingly to help them. So I think since I said CP a lot, I think we should get into that. Okay, so I'll just show you rather than just go on a guide, because we don't need a guide for this. Hold on, checking. This is long. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off in a second. Okay. What we're doing, I have no idea. I totally forgot for like 5 seconds, just blinked out. Okay. Yeah, CP. So dominance, like I said, will help chase off wolves and also, help you do other things with your wolves, but not that much. It's not very important unless you want to join alliances. Luck. Luck will help you find things to explore. Empathy, composure, you should not get unless you have a premium account. Do not get those things unless you have a premium account. It is a waste of CP points. You only get 30 a day, and it's very difficult to build up all of them. Don't be a jack of all trades with your wolves, because it's gonna be really useless. So empathy and composure usually help you build beaver dams. They help you save people and explore. They help you bond with familiars. You don't need to do those things. You don't need to bond with familiars, and you can't unless you have a premium account. Charisma is for males. This helps them produce more pups when bred. So if you breed a male with high charisma, then you're more likely to get more pups. With maternal is for females. It does the same thing as the charisma, except it's for females. So let's say you want the max amount of pups, so you build up for like 100 points. You put 100 points in maternal, and for the male, you put like 100 points in charisma. You're probably going to get lots of pups. Or let's say you don't want a female wolf that has that much CP, because you can get rid of CP, I think, with certain things. But I think it's like difficult, or it's like impossible, because I saw some CP you can lower a wolf's dominance, but that's about it. So let's say you don't want to waste on maternal CP, so you look for a male wolf with high charisma, and that will solve that issue. Like you won't have to have the wolf yourself, and you won't have to waste your time putting CP into that. Or let's say you have a stud, and you want your stud to have a big legacy, so you put up more charisma. That's basically it. Stealth is for tracking prey. I think that's about it. Don't do morals. The same thing as the rest of the ones for, it's for saving animals and things like that. Wisdom is for finding things in Explore. They have a lot of those because if you build them up, then you have not only, they do the same things, because again, there's two ways to play the game. So like, let's say people are like, oh, he's too wise. It will still have the same effect as luck, but it's just saying that the wolf has more wisdom. But it doesn't really matter, because if you build up all of them, then you have like the perfect Explore wolf, because like they're guaranteed to find better things in Explore the more CP they get. Okay, so agility, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it adds damage or anything like that. I totally forgot what CP does, so I'll look real quick. Okay, agility helps you use defensive moves. So let's say your wolf is like at 50 health, and you're battling, and you don't want this wolf to lose health. You can use defensive tactics, which don't usually block damage, but they can also give damage. But apparently agility helps with that. But it's not really useful, since if you're in a battle, you should you should cause some damage. It's not really gonna help. But yeah, perception is the same as luck. Social is the same as what I was talking about, bonding with familiars. You don't need that. Okay, resolve is for okay, so there's very specific things in Explorer. Like resolve helps you steal things in Explorer, but you don't really need that, so don't waste your time on it. Oh, my cat is staring at something. Probably a bird. Okay, so then there's battle, and we all know what battle's for. It helps you, battle. It doesn't give you more damage directly, but it helps you level up faster to get more damage. Spirituality is the same as luck and everything else for Explorer, so ignore that. Okay, we're gonna go into vitals real quick, just because I want to. So people don't really think vitals are necessary. Like, they're like, oh, who cares? Well, if you get a heavyweight wolf who now does +5 damage, but they have -4 damage, -4 damage in their vitals, their weather vitals, and there's a blizzard going on, and let's say they have -5, well, it no longer matters how much weight they have, because now your wolf with good vitals will have the upper hand. Let's say, yeah, that's basically it. But also, you don't want to lose damage. Who wants to lose damage? So let's say I'm doing damage, and it says +4 on it. That means that you have 4 damage. And now that you have a flood going on, you have +4 damage. So now you do 8 damage, even though your wolf is not high enough to do 8 damage. It's just useful. It's better than having minus there. If there's a 0 there, then it doesn't really matter. But if you have any minuses on those vitals, then it's gonna affect how you battle, and it's gonna be more difficult because it takes a while to build up your wolf CP and to build up their points and all those other things. So you see there's relics, explore, roleplay, gathering, and realm. Okay, since I'm just gonna dive onto the rest of it since I've already started. It's gonna be hard. It's hard enough to load this video as it is. Okay. Account, that just shows you all your account stuff. I'll go over it real quick because it was really hard for me to find things in account. Secretary Bird, we're not going to go on that, but basically it just helps you save your money. It's basically just a bank. Don't hire it. You don't need to hire it. Don't worry. Okay. So you can change your password. You can enter a security question. Pay another member apples. Change your name. Do bio. Delete comments. Do notes. These notes are private unless you say so. You can change your flag. And you can display if you're available for roleplay. You can choose to receive comments. If you don't want to receive comments because you have like a lot of haters or something, or it's just annoying, you can turn that off. You can choose to receive stolen food, relic alerts. So if you don't care if someone stole your food or relic, then you can put no. But I would probably put no, even though I have it on yes, because you can't get it back, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Just remember to bury your relics and food. Okay. Receive blog follower notifications. So if you're following someone follows your blog, change your nickname. So your nickname is displayed in the chat. So let's say your pack says Den of High Moon, but it doesn't really sound like a pack anymore because it used to be like the pack of. But they changed it because people would put in their name. Like let's say Arvin was their name. They put in Arvin and be like the pack of Arvin. And people will be like, what? Your pack, it's called Arvin? The Arvin pack? So now they say the Den of because they're trying to abuse people to use their name. But you can put in, if you want to put in a pack name, like a High Moon or Low Valley or Highlands or the Highland Pack or whatever else, you can put in, like, if this is the Den, you can put in, like, it will be said the Den of the Highland Pack. Because if you would have to put in the whole thing as your username, but it would still work. So let's say you want to do that. Now you can have a nickname in the chat so people can call you something other than what you named your pack. So you can put in your status and all that. And now we're done for a while. Okay. I'll do number 2 to cover forums and all that other stuff.